Welcome, and thank you for joining the 8 Days of Global Love and Gratitude Water Meditation and Consciousness Experiment. Together, we are connecting through water for peace, a journey through water and your heart. Water holds the answers to all of our questions. Who are we? Where did we come from? And why are we here? Let's begin by chanting the Ho'oponopono prayer of forgiveness together. Let's chant this 3 times. Please repeat after me. Water, I am sorry. Water, please forgive me. Water, I thank you. Water, I love you. Water, I am sorry. Water, please forgive me. Water, I thank you. Water, I love you. Water, I am sorry. Water, please forgive me. Water, I thank you. Water, I love you. For today's session, we will be reflecting on the words from Dr. Masaru Emoto from his book, Messages from Water and the Universe. We'll start with Chapter 1. Water is the messenger of God's will. All the answers are in water. Just as I questioned it, you may be wondering, why does the water that was shown the term love and gratitude create the most beautiful crystals? Let's think about this in reference to a certain famous painting. Are you familiar with the fresco on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel by the Renaissance painter Michelangelo? One section, known as the creation of Adam, is a depiction of the origin of the human race, represented by Adam, who is stretching his arm out to God. I interpret this image as Adam, humankind, trying to reach God, but not quite being able to do so. If he could have directly touched the Almighty, he would have received great knowledge and truth. However, even though their fingers are very close, the connection is missed. This reminds me of the condition of today's society. We seek higher sacred truth, but prevent ourselves from attaining an authentic way of life as we continue to hurt each other and the world itself with wars, conflicts, and environmental destruction. However, as a result of my many years of research, I've realized that there is something that can bridge the space between Adam and God. What could that be? The answer is water. I am convinced that it is the medium that will connect the world of the divine with the human race. These days, more and more people call the realm of God the fifth dimension. Many may have become more familiar with this notion after Harvard physicist Lisa Randall received widespread attention for her studies that attempted to prove the existence of a higher dimension. The fifth dimension contains unseen information and is said to greatly influence our world. I'll discuss the fifth dimension in more detail in the following chapter. First, I'd like to introduce the idea that water takes on the role of God's messenger by bridging the gap between the worlds. Understanding water's role is connected to leading a life according to God's truth. I have been using the word God frequently, but I am neither a religious person nor a spiritual student. However, as a result of my more than 20 years of research into water, I've come across many different experiences that have led me to accept the existence of a divine being. I'd like you to keep in mind that although there are many references to God throughout this book, It is a concept that came out of my many years of study and thought and does not refer to a specific religious idea. Now, how can I explain the ways in which water serves as the messenger that connects humankind with God? The answer can be found in the Bible, specifically at the start of the Gospel of John. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. This passage points to the fact that the Word existed when all things were created. However, I find that this in itself is difficult to comprehend. What is this Word? I believe that it actually refers to a vibration. That is, God used the vibration to create all of life. But how do I justify this substitution? As you may know, words are made up of combinations of several sounds. Sound is a type of energy, and energy is vibration. God combined certain vibrations to create harmonious words. Thus, words in ancient times may have been the vibration that transferred energy. God had sent that vibration to earth and created this beautiful world. By thinking in this way, it seems that the truth that has been hidden deep in the Bible has finally become visible. Christians are not the only ones who place emphasis on the role of the Word as an important part of creation. In Buddhism, for example, there is the mantra, the word or words that have the power to manifest. In Islam, the Quran speaks of absoluteness of its words. And in Hinduism, the Sanskrit word Om is thought to express universal truth. Of course, I can't discuss Shintoism, the Japanese religion from ancient times, without mentioning Kodadama, the spiritual power that resides in words, which points to the efficacy of prayer. So, the power of the word is the primary condition for the existence of religion itself. Wouldn't this mean that the various religions are teaching us that the word, therefore the vibration, is at the root of the world's creation? The connection between creation and water. So, exactly how did God create the universe? In order to tackle this big question, I'm including some of the contents from my previous books and seminars. It may seem like a roundabout explanation, but in order to fully comprehend this chapter's main idea, this is an important process, so please bear with me. The energy behind the creation of all things is the sun. This idea is nothing new to most people. In fact, many would agree that without the sun, life would not exist. The sun sustains all things, including ourselves, animals, plants, and so on. However, I can't believe that the wonderful, beautiful life forms of Earth were brought forth by coincidence or chance. If not, then who created such a balanced artistic world, and how? This is where God comes in. Even Dr. Kazuo Murakami, a prominent gene researcher and professor at Tsushiba University, suggests that a creator, a scientifically unimaginable great power, exists, which he refers to as something great. Obviously, God isn't something we can see with our own eyes, and there's no way of knowing exactly how life was created. However, this isn't proof that a divine being does not exist. On the contrary, I believe that the more we think about it, the easier it is to believe that a creator does exist, one who designed this perfectly balanced world. Through my research, I have been guided by water to recognize this truth, and now I'm convinced that without the presence of God, we cannot accurately explain the story of the creation of Earth In God's process, the sun was created to provide continual life-supporting energy. This energy is sent to the planet in the form of vibrations. With God's help, this vibration appears as different combinations of sounds. The Chinese character for sound is a combination of sun and standing, which may come from this idea. Radiant energy is born when different vibrations are in harmony, and this energy created everything that exists on Earth. We humans must have felt that energy from the sounds in nature and created words. Each civilization created their own speech according to their geographical location and environment. This helps to explain the creation of the diverse languages found throughout the world. Resonance, the universe's great system. Since everything in this world was born out of vibration, each creation maintains a certain frequency, vibrating in a unique way. Of course, these aren't visible, and it's usually very difficult to even feel the minute vibrations or hado with your hands or fingers. This makes it a challenge to visualize that everything, such as the wall you're facing, the desk you're sitting at, or even your body, is vibrating. However, in many scientific circles, quantum physics in particular, it's already an accepted fact that even the smallest known level of atoms, the elementary particle, vibrates slightly. This is measured in hertz, abbreviated as Hz, a unit of frequency equal to 1 cycle per second. Humans are limited in which frequencies we can pick up as sounds. It's said that this range is usually between 15 hertz and 20,000 hertz. So if a plant is directly in front of us, since its frequency is very high, we aren't able to hear anything, even though it is indeed giving off its own unique vibration. Every frequency can be represented by the 7 sound categories of do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. The simplicity of it may be surprising, but everything in the universe can be represented in this way. Here is how we can categorize this infinite number of vibrations into 7 different sounds. The keys on the piano are laid out from low octave to high octave, right? In the same way, the 7 sounds can be the repetition of the octaves to express numerous sounds. Thus, we can represent all things, from those that give off low frequencies to those that give off high frequencies. No matter how different frequencies are, as long as they represent the same sound, they will resonate with each other. This is a wonderful universal system that God has given us, and is called the principle of resonance. Let me discuss this idea further, as it plays an important role in the order of the universe. A tuning fork can help explain resonance. Tuning forks are used to tune musical instruments and ascertain pitch. You may have come across them in a music or physics class. When you tap on the metal prong, a fixed tone can be heard. Let's do a resonance experiment using the tuning fork. Place 2 440 Hz, the frequency of La, tuning forks side by side, and tap on one of them. You will see that the other tuning fork, the one that wasn't tapped, immediately starts to sound as well. The beautiful resonance between these 2 tuning forks seems to be saying that my thoughts are the same as yours. When the exact same frequency sounds affect each other and reciprocate, we call this resonance. Next, place an 880 Hz tuning fork next to a 440 Hz one, and then tap 1. Since these two are not the same frequency, they won't resonate with each other, right? However, even in this situation, the tuning forks affect each other and start to sound. The same results will occur with the 220 Hz tuning fork. This is because the 880 Hz fork creates a la sound that is 1 octave higher than the 440 Hz la sound. As long as the frequencies are in the same overtone, no matter how different they are, they will always resonate with each other. When resonance happens, the one that is affected by the same sound can receive energy from the counterpart without doing anything. Also, the one that had started the sound will receive the energy back from the other. By resonating, they both affect each other and can freely exchange energy. Through this phenomenon, I cannot help but feel that God is expressing the notion that it is wonderful to get along with one another. In fact, I believe that this is the life system that God had devised to maintain a natural balance and help the achievement of the human race. We can never exist as just one single self. God created resonance as a physical reminder that every being on earth has a single self, yet is also connected to everything and shares harmonious energy. Let's now think about our bodies. Our cells are vibrating, and our hearts vibrate throughout our lifetime. Once that vibration stops, life also ends. Within the Chinese character for the word life is a character for the word beat. This means that living is about the life beating or vibrating, and this vibration cannot be maintained without the help of others. What would happen if we stopped breathing, drinking, or eating? We'd die, of course. Our circulatory system transports energy and nutrients throughout the body. With the help of water and other bodily fluids, food and air reach all of our cells. There is a resonance that occurs between the sustenance we take in and our internal organs that keeps us alive. By the way, I've just mentioned that everything has its own vibration. A violet has violet's own frequency, for example, and rose has rose's own frequency as well. From different animals to minerals, to even our chairs and cups, all things have their own unique vibration. But did you know that only humans can freely change their own frequencies? You may question whether or not that's really true. However, because of our emotions, we are always changing frequencies, even without knowing it. On top of that, we are gifted with the ability to sing. We are the only ones who can freely alter the sounds of do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. In other words, only we have the ability to resonate with everything in the universe and can give and receive energy. Depending on how we use this gift from God, we can either lead the earth to further creation or send it to destruction. If we choose to resonate and harmonize with the rest of the world, the planet will continue to vibrate and maintain life. But if we only follow our own selfish desires, we'll see an increase in environmental degradation, conflicts, the widening of class disparities in society, and more. Isn't it time that we realize this great gift and look deeply into how we would like to use it? The energy of love and gratitude within water. Resonance indicates the combination of harmonious vibrations, whereas non-resonance is the combinations of vibrations that don't get along together. As I've mentioned, As long as the vibrations are the same or harmonize with each other, things will resonate, no matter how different the frequencies are. This works for people too. When we're with someone with the same vibe, we usually have fun and feel energized. But if we're with someone we feel has bad vibes, conversations usually don't flow freely, and heated discussions can even lead to arguments or fights. This is a rational occurrence from a resonance point of view. For example, throughout my travels around the world, I always hear about the disagreements between a husband or a wife and his or her in-laws. This seems to be a universal problem. This is most likely a non-resonance issue, the result of people with frequencies that don't harmonize. If we can understand this not so easy to solve problem as a phenomenon of a law of physics, maybe we can work at it from a less personal point of view. Plus, these are the times when we can actually improve the relationship by using our talent of matching or aligning frequencies with each other. I went off track a little, but let's now conduct a non-resonance experiment. Let's place a 442 Hz tuning fork next to a 440 Hz one. Tap the latter, and we'll see that the 442 Hz fork resonates only slightly. Now what will happen if we tap both forks at the same time? They will immediately produce a groaning, unharmonious sound. This dissonance is destructive energy. One of the most destructive types of all discord may be the atomic or hydrogen bomb, which I talk about further in the next chapter. The combination of two different sounds that don't resonate will move toward destruction, the opposite of creation. God must have only used combinations of resonating sounds, good vibrations, to create life on earth. As I've mentioned, God combined vibrations with creative energy to express his intention and creativity, and the mediator is water. Why is that? Because water is the only thing that can transfer vibrations. God created water to help carry out his plan for the world, and within the center of those plans are two important energies, love and gratitude. We know that when water was shown the term love and gratitude, it formed beautiful crystals, revealing the work of God. Isn't this so because the water expressed God's original intention? In other words, when we reach the true understanding of water, resonating in love and gratitude, we will feel amazing energy. It can be said that the water crystal of love and gratitude was created by the light of God. Light is the ultimate creative energy. From that amazing water crystal, we have the opportunity to get a glimpse of the pure energy that the divine leads us to. Who knows, perhaps God is rejoicing right now, saying, "You finally realized the truth." Where did water come from? God had placed that design of love and gratitude in water, but have you ever wondered where all of this water on the planet came from? There have been many theories. Some suggest that after Earth was created, water vapor in the air cooled, became rain, and eventually formed the oceans. Others say that water already existed within rocks and stones. To this day, nothing has been proven. In 1997, though, a surprising truth was revealed in a newspaper article that changed the way we speculate about the origin of water. NASA, for the first time, was successful in observing numerous snowball-like objects flying towards the Earth from space. These snowballs are thought to be a few meters in diameter, and a few thousand of them are flying towards Earth every day. As they near the ground, they evaporate and become a cloud or part of a cloud. When considering the long history since the creation of Earth, they could possibly be an important supply source of seawater. Outlines from the articles of June and August 24, 1997, Ashi newspaper. NASA publicly announced that countless snowballs of 100 tons or more were continually falling toward Earth. This discovery backed up Dr. Ruth Frank's theory of 15 years ago that said that the planet's water came from space. This concludes our session today. Thank you for joining us for the Water Peace Project Global Meditation as we celebrate and give thanks for all of our water around the world. We hope you enjoyed the reading from Dr. Emoto's book, Messages from Water and the Universe. We hope you will join us again. We love you.